Hi everyone, Nova here again from Writer Outlook Counselling Service with this week's live stream Narcissistic Abuse Recovery question and answer session. Thank you so much for joining me. It's fantastic to have you back again as always. Okay, tonight we've got David Demars joining us. As usual, David's always here every second week. So as soon as David pops up on the screen, I'll let him in. Very excited to have him back as always. Okay, for those of you who haven't joined in before, I'm a counsellor. My name's Nova. I'm a counsellor on the north side of Brisbane, and I counsel victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. That's my job, but it's also, as you know, an absolute passion of mine to be able to help people recover from this type of trauma. So if you would like to have a one-on-one session with me, please just inbox me here at Brighter Outlook, and I would love to be able to support you on your healing journey from narcissistic abuse. Okay, so just while we're waiting for the comments to load up and for David to pop in, I thought I would just talk a little bit about, I guess, joining these live streams. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit. I hope I don't wreck things, but hopefully that will fix it up. I'm using a new camera tonight, everyone, and I'm a bit nervous. As most of you know, I'm a bit electronically challenged, so hopefully you can all hear me okay out there. But as soon as you appear, if you could just give me the thumbs up or a heart or something like that, just to let me know. As you join in, please just say, as always, please say where you're from in the world. You never know. You never know. Someone here tonight might be just around the corner from you. And isn't that, you know, what I guess a beautiful thing about these forums is that you need so much support, and it's just not available, especially, you know, in my profession. There's just not enough awareness out there around narcissistic abuse. So if you know that there's someone who's going through, you know, what you're going through, who lives close by, and even if they don't, just seeing that there's, you know, people will be talking tonight and asking you know, similar questions around things that you've probably experienced in your life. Okay, so we've already got Mel there. Hi, Mel. Mel Lloyd's here, and Raymond's here. Hi, Raymond. And Chris McLean from Melbourne, Victoria. And Mel's from Maryborough, Victoria. Lovely to have you here. Okay, and here's David. So I'm just going to let David in, and hopefully this will all go as planned. David, add, and add. Crossed. Please work. Oh. And there he is. Oh, I've got a new camera tonight, David, so I was like panicking that it wouldn't work. So I'm really glad to see you.
Oh, you look good. Camera's working.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Who else have we got? We've got Jenny Hallett here. Mel's there. Mel says, hi there, David.
Hello.
Okay. David, what are we talking about tonight?
Something everybody's kind of heard of if you've been around for a while in this community. And if you know some narcissists, then you've been triangulated before. Triangulation. Yeah, that's what we want to talk about tonight.
Yeah, a big one, isn't it? You know, it happens to all victims, doesn't it? It's like the narcissist's favorite, you know, manipulation strategy to, you know, pit people against each other, and I guess put themselves up on that pedestal and make themselves appear more valuable, and, you know, this wanted commodity that's you know, that, and it just raises their value. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not dealing with situations appropriately. It's throwing people in, you know, bringing another person into the relationship. And we're going to talk about all kinds of different ways people triangulate, or narcissists triangulate, how they'll do it to anybody, they'll use anything. Yeah, it's not just intimate relationships either.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's Yeah, I guess maybe that's a bit of a misconception, is that it does occur, just in intimate relationships. But, as we know, it can happen, in the workplace, in families, with your friends, and, toxic, narcissistic parents even use it as a manipulation strategy with their own children, to
Yeah, they sure will.
get their narcissistic supply.
Yeah, they sure will. Yeah. Awful
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, and I think some of the worst things that if we've been in intimate relationships with narcissists, one of the worst is betrayal, and that's just bringing other people in the relationship, isn't it?
Yeah. And the thing is that they they do this because, well, it gives them a sense of power, but um, it doesn't actually have to be because of that. It can just be because they're bored. And as we know, the narcissist just always needs to be surrounded by drama, and if
Yeah.
they can, be the go between and, act as a messenger, between two people,
Sure.
that's enjoyable. That's fun. That's all in a day's work for a narcissist. They get a kick out of it.
Yeah. More people, more drama, right? So
Yeah.
I wrote, I mean, yeah, and you're right, they do it for all kinds of different reasons, even being bored. I wrote a little while ago, manipulation tactic used to measure strength of attachment, devotion, security, and safety. So they're doing this to meet their own needs, to kind of test where you are, kind of reassurance, things like
Yeah.
this. Um, they dismantle their victims this way, disassemble are some words I came up for this. Use it as leverage. They might shock a person by doing this, often in the end of the relationship.
Yeah.
I wrote a bunch more, but we'll get to them. Yeah,
Yeah. It's yeah, like, so guys, that's kind of what David and I were going to focus on tonight, but obviously we're going to try our best to answer all your questions. So before we do, as always, guys, we are asking you to like and share. Okay, we're trying to raise awareness around narcissistic abuse. So if you can share this live stream, especially while we're going live, that would be amazing, and you can be a part of that change. So, and yeah, if you can hear David and I okay, please just give us a little heart or something, little wow face. I love seeing them float across the screen. That would be awesome. So yeah, I wrote a few different types of triangulation down, David. I guess we can kind of go through them.
sure.
The first one is probably one that a lot of you are familiar with, which is the killing the two birds with one stone. So I don't know, this is just so common. You might be your partner might come home and they might say something like, "Oh, gee, there's this woman at where I work, and she's always giving me the eye, and I think she likes me, and putting that out there that someone admires them at work. So what does this do? It gets the partner jealous, and that's a lot of the reason why they do engage in triangulation, because as we know, normal healthy relationships, you want to make your partner feel secure, don't you? But that's not the aim of the narcissist. They want you to be insecure, because when you're off kilter, when you're confused, that they feel more powerful. So the killing the two birds with one stone, they get you jealous, so that you're trying to please them all the time, and it also makes the nut appear more desirable. Wow, I've got someone chasing me. Once again, making them that wanted commodity that everyone's after. So their intimate partner thinks, oh, geez, I better try a bit harder. So yeah, just so common, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good one. And I think that's where it comes into play that they're trying to add security for themselves, right? And now I mean, you're not running away, you're fighting for them, you're arguing, you're scared you're going to lose them. And I think that adds a part of security for themselves, don't you? And
Yeah,
takes away from them. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good one.
They've got a backup, haven't they? And it makes you, the victim, feel like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm replaceable. I'm replaceable, so I better try harder. So the
Yeah.
narcissist is like, wow, I've got this one scrambling, to get back to that, that golden era when they were being loved bombed, which we know will never happen again. And yeah, it gives them security because they've got a backup, and they've got this person trying to beat that one, to,
And
to,
what if they're
to win
criticizing
the fight of the
and the
narcissist.
whole time, yeah, and they've been criticizing you for the past 4 months. Now there's
Yeah.
somebody else in the picture, you know?
Oh, yeah. That it's so common. Don't we hear that a lot when when they're in the devaluing stage, and the narcissist will be, when they first get together, oh, my ex was crazy and they're unstable, and, they've got all these mental health issues going on, and they're just, nuts. And then later on down the track, they'll be comparing you, to that ex, going, well, my ex would never do that. I can't believe that you're doing this, and then I guess this makes the victim crazy, because you used to be saying how horrible that person was, and
Yeah,
now you're saying I'm
right.
worse than them.
Yeah, yeah. This horrible person that I've been telling you is so bad, convinced you they're so bad for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Now that person would never be like you, would never do this. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah. Um, see if I can come up with another one. How about this? How about on Facebook? And this is common. I know you guys know. Facebook, the friends, right? How many of you guys are dating someone, living with someone, married to someone, but you can't be friends with them on Facebook? No, no, no. They aren't even friends with you on Facebook. Or even if they are, now all of a sudden they have these new friends popping up on their Facebook, right? Who is
Yeah.
this? Oh, that's an old friend. Oh, that's nobody. That's a coworker. Oh, that's, yeah, right. Who are these people
Yeah.
that keep coming up on your friends list on Facebook? And how come I
Oh,
don't know them? Yeah.
yeah. That's a classic. Yeah. So social media makes it
Yeah.
so easy to triangulate, doesn't it? Because it can just be as simple as liking someone's status, or tagging someone in a status,
Yeah.
or
Right.
playing this love song that maybe you used to like with your ex. And then, of course, you might come in and go, well, why are you liking that person's status? I thought you told me that your ex was a horrible person. And then, of course, you get accused of, being petty and, unraveling because I tagged someone in a status, and it's all intentional, isn't it? It's
But I
triangulation. And
mean,
half the time, the person on social media doesn't even know they're being triangulated.
right. And let's just go back to they're criticizing you the whole time. Anyways, there's no security in the relationship anyways. Now you bring in this element of it into it. Or let's say dating sites, because I hear this. I've never even clicked on a dating site, but I've heard this countless times. You're both of you meet on a dating site. You start dating. Then when's that moment that you're supposed to get off the dating site? Or say, you both kind of stay on, but you don't go check it, right? Something like that. And then there's a fight, and then all of a sudden the other person's, you notice they're back on a dating site. They're posting new photos, or they're active, on the dating site again. It's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
yeah. Total
It,
triangulation with the whole dating site.
Yeah, it's like that whole friends thing, isn't it? We were on a break. I'm allowed to go on the dating sites. Well, in real life, you're supposed to take, a little bit of time to work through things. And yeah, that the social media thing. And I know you would hear this, David, like I do all the time, is that victims, when they're in these relationships and they're being told that by their abusive partner, that oh, no, we can't be friends on Facebook, and they give them some totally illogical, irrational reason that if you were looking from the outside in, and you had not been gaslighted and gone through all these manipulation strategies, and you weren't trauma bonded to this narcissist, you would just go, are you serious? We're in a relationship and we can't be friends on Facebook. What is going on? but they've been
Yeah.
so ground down, they believe it. And they think, well, that's acceptable and it's appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard someone told me the other day that they're not a friend. They're not friends with their girlfriend on Facebook because the girlfriend said, "Well, if you're my friend, that means you could just post anything you want on my Facebook for anyone to see, and I'm afraid you might do that." And this is like the
Yeah.
nicest guy in the world would never do anything like that. I'm like, "Have you ever done anything like that?" No. Well, why do you think she's afraid that you'll do that in the first place? Because she's
Yeah.
doing something wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Just because they're hiding something, they're being sneaky, and it's a tool to hook in more victims.
Well, let's just look available. I'm single, right? That's how it looks on Facebook. I'm your boyfriend. I'm your girlfriend. I can't be your friend on Facebook. So you're single. You look single. You're available.
Yeah, yeah. And it's, once again, it goes back to having those backups.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong, they've got their little harem. So they're forever triangulating, aren't they? So that they've got a backup plan. And as we all know, they've always got at least one, two, three, four, five backup plans, if not five going on at the same time.
Leverage. Yeah, leverage.
And once again, it makes you feel replaceable because, hey, if you don't step up to the mark, this person told me I was cute, so I'm out of here.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we'll get back to the others a bit later, David, but we've got a few questions. Okay, so let me see who is here. Okay. We've got Chris McLean. Hi, Chris. We've got Jess Seekers there. Hi, Jess. Jenny Hallett. Hi, Jenny. Rebecca Chittum from New Zealand. Hi, Rebecca. Shannon Bonner is here. Shannon says, how does no contact really affect the narcissist? Okay. David, did you want to answer that one?
Sure. Well, they can't handle it. I mean, these are emotional children. So that's why they don't end relationships appropriately. They don't talk about things, do they? They just run away, or they yell at you, say it's all your fault, and try and hurt you, or go and tell everybody you know you're a horrible person. This is how they feel when relationships end, anyways. Nobody likes it. A relationship that fails hurts everyone. They don't like it. That's why they have to be so like it's your fault, it's your fault. You're a bad person. He's a bad person. She's a bad person. So that's why they do this. They can't handle relationships ending, and they don't take any kind of responsibility and anything like this. But when you don't go no contact with them, that straight tells them and shows them that you don't need them and you don't want them anymore. Nothing
Yeah.
to do with them. It's the worst thing you can do. It really is. Think about it.
And
It really is.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
huge threat to their ego. And as we know, a narcissist's life depends on maintaining that false mask, which is just, the ego. And when you dare to go no contact, you are taking their power away. And, a narcissist relies on that grandiosity and that superiority. And if you dare to go no contact and take your power back, you are telling them that they're not as powerful as they think they are. And don't forget, they put so much work into securing their victims, and they expect to be able to hoover them back on the drop of a dime, drop of a coin, and secure them back into the relationship. So if you go no contact, this is the equivalent of death to the narcissist, and
Yeah.
they will do everything they can to get you back into either the intimate relationship or just into that vortex of abuse again, as long as they are affecting your life.
Yeah, right. It really causes dissonance to their ego, big time. And it really is proves their entitlement is wrong. Sorry, you're not entitled to me, my life, my thoughts, my feelings, nothing. Get out of here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
need you. I don't
So
want to. They can't handle it.
Yeah. So I hope that's helped, Shannon. But yeah, no contact is the worst thing you can do to them, and you must go no contact to be able to heal. So you get away from their manipulation. Okay. Okay, we've got Chris McLean says betrayal for sure. Cheating is terrible, but when they flat out deny it, even after you catch them together, why? Okay, Chris. The reason why they deny what is indefensible, you've got black and white proof there, and they'll still deny it in the face of screenshots, their email. You can walk in on them, having sex with someone, and they'll say it was an accident somehow. This is to get you off kilter. This is to confuse you. This is the ultimate in gaslighting, to distort your reality, because you will be going, defending your point of view, and they will, in the face of black and white evidence, go, it didn't happen. It's not happening. You are crazy. So the reason they do it is because the more they do it, your reality is distorted, and you start to believe that, maybe I didn't see what I saw, and maybe I am being a drama queen, and it gets you to, maybe not accuse them later on. So it manages down your boundaries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and nobody wants to be a bad person, even them. Trust me, they don't. Nobody wants to be a bad person. And that's why you see psychopaths on TV who've been, obviously found guilty, been tried, and they're guilty of murdering people. But what are they still try to be like, oh, I didn't do it. I didn't mean to. I wasn't aware of it. I was crazy. I was drunk on drugs, whatever it was. They just don't want to be a bad person. They don't want everyone to think that they're a horrible bad person.
Yeah. If you catch them out, it's that means they're less than they think they are. You've seen, basically, if you catch them out, you've seen behind, you've seen the true self. You've seen behind that false persona, and that's when they go, will fly into their narcissistic rages and just go off like a frog in a sock, because
Yeah,
you saw them. You saw the real them.
yeah, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. Don't look over there. Don't look at him. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Wizard of Oz.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Jenny Hallett says shared. Thank you so much, Jenny. Um, Venus is here, beautiful Venus. Hi, Venus. Venus says, hey, Nova and David. Hey. Jess says, wow, everything you're saying is what has happened to me. Yeah, it's like, like we said, Jess, it's probably their favorite, one of their favorite, weapons in their arsenal, because it makes them feel special, and they love it. They love thinking that all these people are after them, and that they're controlling these situations, and and that they're in control of two people arguing together. It's like, hey, I did that, and they sit back and they watch it all unfold. Yeah. Chris says, yeah, I got told I was worse than his ex. Yeah, that's what they do, Chris. Floor Calamag is here. Hi, Floor. Okay. Mel says, I was not allowed to know his friends, and I lost all of mine. Yeah, that's just a classic, isn't it? That's something that happens, isn't it, David?
Yeah, total isolation. Lose everyone that cares about you. But that's interesting. You can't even know my friends.
Yeah, yeah. The hypocrisy of it. You can't know my friends, but I'm in total control of whether you see yours or not. And yeah, it's just an awful situation, Mel.
Well, parents want to know where your children are, right? So we want to be in contact with their friends' parents. We want to know everything that's going on, be in communication. That's what they're trying to avoid. Don't want you to know anything that's going on.
Yeah, yeah. They keep you in the dark, just like a mushroom, and feed you BS, to keep you in the dark.
Yeah. Growing out of
It's what
poop.
they do. Hey?
Yeah, growing out of poop, huh?
Yes, that's right. So yeah, I'm so sorry that you've gone through that, Mal, but that isolation, if you've got friends, and that means that you've got a support system. You've got people that can lead you astray. So that's why they isolate you. So they've got total control over you and they can manipulate you further, and that you haven't got someone else in your ear going, hey, the narcissist is not treating you very well. So yeah, they don't want you to have any female friends.
Mhm.
Um, okay. Chris says we were Facebook friends, but anytime I tagged him in stuff, he would delete the tag. Yeah. Yeah, of course, Chris, because if you've tagged him in something, maybe he's lied to 5 other people, and a tag, what does that do? It says that you're in a certain place, he's in a certain place at a certain time, and he might be lying to someone else and saying, I'm somewhere else, and it's just so that they can lie. Yeah.
Or yeah, there again, why I want to be available. Don't put a leash on me. Don't put a ring on my finger. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Jenny Hallett says, yes, I was blocked. Oh, you were blocked too from your narcissist, Jenny. Yeah, well, he went the full Monty, didn't he? Yeah, blocking. You
Did he
can't
give you?
even.
Yeah, did he give you what sounded like a legitimate reason? What was his reason? I'm interested.
Yeah, Jenny, we would love to know his reason, because um, they just come up with the craziest stuff and expect you to believe it. And not that David and I are minimizing the fact that you guys do believe it at the time, because that's normal. It's normal because of the gaslighting and having your boundaries managed down so far. That's why you do believe what is irrational and illogical. So yeah, we'd love to know the reason, Jenny. Um, Okay, Shannon says my ex triangulated me with his own children. Yeah, he would say things
Yes.
like, "My kid hates you. Don't
Yes.
don't put him things he doesn't appreciate them." Oh, yeah. How cruel, to be expected to be a step parent, to the narcissist's children, but then triangulate them and set them up so that everyone's going to the narcissist for verification, and everyone's hating each other. It's
That's
yeah,
awful. Kids in the middle. And man, they like to use kids because it creates more emotion, right? More emotional, you know?
yeah, yeah. I'm so sorry, Shannon. Unfortunately, it's textbook narc behaviour. Regina here, she says, yep, I'm blocked too. Oh, goodness. Jess, and I found out I had it on single, even though we were together and all that. Oh, yeah. Well,
There
isn't
you
that
go.
another common thing to change your relationship status?
There you go. Well, I mean, that's the whole reason you're blocked. That's the whole reason that you're not friends. And that's the whole reason that they're erasing tagged when you tag them and comment on photos. Yeah, they got to be single, maybe. Come on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Gosh, Jess. Uh, Chris says, and he wouldn't let me put our status as in a relationship. Of course not, Chris. How can he be going and securing all this extra narcissistic supply if you're putting it out there that you're in a relationship with him? That's just not on. That would be too respectful of you, and too considerate, and too normal, dare I say? Yeah,
And then you're limiting his dating life too. You're
yeah,
really putting a hamper on him dating other people.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Fatima's here. Fatima's replying to Mal Lloyd saying, same here. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you will have the same experiences. Um, okay. Who else have we got here tonight? Venus says, my ex-narc wouldn't be my Facebook friend for 5 years in our 12-year in our 12-year relationship. Now 7 months no contact. Ex-narc still keeps my photos of him and myself on his Facebook. Weird, right? But
Amazing.
did you know that? Did you even know, Venus, that now you're being triangulated with someone else so he can make them
Yeah, there you
jealous?
go. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably. That's probably what's going on.
yeah,
Yeah, but he'll keep up there until he gets you back for like a day.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. It's kind of
How
the it's
flattering.
sorry.
How flattering.
Yeah, goodness. It's a double win for the narcissist, Venus, because if you weren't switched on, which I know you are now, you would think, oh, maybe he's changed and he does still love me because he's kept all our photos on Facebook, and it makes you remember those good times, creates that cognitive dissonance, and you start to forget the abuse because all you're seeing is these happy snaps. And also, he can use you to triangulate the new victim, because the new victim, no doubt, will be going, hey, what's going on with this? Why you got your ex on Facebook? What's the go with that? So,
Right.
yeah, it's
Right.
classic ploy. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
all of you who couldn't be friends or are blocked, did they have their ex? Were they friends with their ex, you know? So that's awful.
yeah,
You can't be friends with them, but they're friends with their exes.
yeah. And the thing is, David, if you question them, well, that maybe fly into a narcissistic rage, you dare and question them, but you'll get accused of being just so petty, you know, what you're going on, and also stalking them. What, you went onto someone else's account and saw that I was friends with my ex on Facebook? How petty and how jealous and
Yeah.
insecure are you?
That's why we can't be friends. That's why I won't be friends with you on Facebook, because you just
Yeah,
do these weird things and you cause problems and you're insecure and you're jealous and you're
you just
paranoid.
proved my point. You just proved
Yeah.
why we can't be friends. Game, set, match.
Because my other because yeah because Amber doesn't do this. That's my ex-girlfriend, so that's why we can be friends on Facebook. She can handle it. You
Yeah,
can't.
she's not a crazy, jealous, insecure person. This
She's
is
cool with
just,
us.
mate,
We're friends. We get along. No big deal. You're the one that has a problem with it.
yeah, yeah. So get over it. Otherwise, you're
Grow up.
replaceable because I'm friends with my ex.
Grow up.
Grow up. Or classic line, isn't that? Or another one they love to use, David, is go look in the mirror. Go look in the mirror. How often do they say that?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Well,
We've got
you
Gemma.
can go to any kindergarten and find out the lines they like to use. So,
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, guys, it's the circular reasoning that you engage in is like talking to a petulant, 3 or 4 year old, and you just go round and round in circles until you just want to bash your head against a brick wall because they want to make you crazy. That's the whole point of the circular reasoning. Yeah. Yeah, we've got Gemma Brown here. Hi, Gemma. Gemma says, hi, Nova and David. How you going? Um, Floor says, I've been blocked twice, but keeps on denying he didn't do it. What do you think is the reason for
there's a
for
slip of the finger.
what, he accidentally blocked you? Doesn't that take a
Slip
few
of the
screens
finger.
to get through?
Yeah, oops, slip. And I can't
Yeah,
figure out how to unblock it. I don't know how. My account's not working. I'm contacted Facebook. They're gonna fix it.
yeah,
I've heard these
yeah.
things.
They'll come up with anything, and it'll just be the most ridiculous, line to justify why they did something that is just indefensible. They will come up with anything. But,
Yeah.
as we know, You can't say anything, guys. If you question them, you know that they'll be like, you know, I was watching I was watching Animal Planet today, or one of those nature, what is it, National Geographic shows, and you know there was the monkeys were standing there, you know, throwing poo. You know, they're picking up their own poo and you know throwing it at each other, and that's what a narcissist reminds me of. You know, you annoy them, see behind that false mask, and they're like monkeys throwing poo, you know, in their rage. And it's just, oh, yeah, goodness. Okay. Who have we got? We've got Karen Cost here. Hi, Karen. Karen says, so bloody true. Cut contact is hard, but it was the best thing I ever did. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's
the alternative is being in contact with them, right? I mean, we can't. Yeah.
yeah. You guys know if you have any contact with them, they they are more manipulative than you and I and David and all of you will ever be smart. Their life depends on their ability to manipulate. So somehow they will suck you back in, and that's why you've got to get out of that zone, break that invisible, you know, trauma bond, that string that keeps you bound. And you need to go no contact to get it, you know, out into the fresh air, so you can look back and see just how abusive it was, and you know, not keep dipping your toes back in, because it's just going to take longer to heal.
Yep.
Yeah. Celine Guys here. Hi, Celine. Celine says, thank you both for your help. Pleasure, Celine. Once again, a really long question. I can't see the end, but it said, Celine says, my ex changed completely for his new girlfriend. Oh, that they always seem like they change, Celine. But anyway, he always made fun of romantic couples, and now everything he does revolves around pure love. I don't even think that she makes demands. That's all I can see. Oh, David, did you want to talk about that? How much the narcissist has changed for the new love of their life?
Yeah, that's a common question I just get all the time. And I know it looks like they changed, but and I don't know them, I can't say they haven't, but if you're telling me this person was abusive or he was a narcissist, things like this in your relationship that he was just in with you, and now he's with someone else, how can he change? How does somebody change their whole life and not be an abuser anymore? Or all the things, whatever he was doing, how does he change all this? How does somebody do all this? Because that takes an awful lot of work if it's even possible to ever do it. And if they're changing, they just meet someone, they just meet another person. It doesn't work like that. And if it is, go meet someone. If you're not doing well right now, just go meet someone else, and that'll fix it. No, it's just hormones, guys. It's just hormones. It's not love. That's not love. You know that's not love. Love takes more than that. You know, love takes time, right? Yeah, just
Yeah.
leave you, dump you, say I love you every day and dump you and go right to another person and be in love and look like they're all different and changed. These are little children responding to the hormones in their head that they can't handle anyways. In the first place, they can't handle their emotions. Hormones help your emotions, okay, do things to your body. They can't handle. It's too much. This feels good. You got 5 hormones that really play a part in falling in love with somebody or just starting to get attached to somebody. There's a lot of things happening there. Give it 6 months. That's usually about what it takes for those to start dropping.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, just awesome words of advice there from David, Celine. Don't forget also that, you know, you were an awful person, and you ran out of narcissistic supply to give them. You were so abused and that you were able to give nothing back to them. So they were forced to go out and find another object to get their narcissistic supply from. So now they are simply idealizing and love bombing someone else. They're doing exactly what they did with you. You know, they can't change. So this person is going to go through the horror that you have gone through. They never change. They they simply change victims, and then they start back up at the idealizing phase. And then when they know that they've got them hooked, then they start to devalue. And then when that person is devoid of any energy to give back because they're so abused, then they will go out and source someone else. So you're just seeing that love bombing stage, and it is incredibly hurtful. And that's why no contact is so important. So you don't see all that stuff and, break your own heart.
That's right. No contact is not looking at Facebook, not reading messages, telling your friends, I don't want to hear updates. That's no contact, guys.
Yeah.
Not just not talking or just not having sex or just, more than that. It's everything, all of it.
Absolutely. Everything, Okay. So I hope that's helped, Celine. Jenny Hallett says, when do you start to think normally again and feel better? Yeah. David and I get asked this a lot, and it's not a quick fix, Jenny, but when you go no contact and start to engage in self-care and self-love again, and basically rewire the way your brain works and reteach yourself how to think, because the narcissist has been putting inside your head for so long that you're worthless, and you've got to, replace all that negative stuff with positive stuff and surround yourself with people who support you and love you.
But you will. You're going to feel better, I promise. It takes time,
Yeah.
and get away from all sources of stress and things like this. Try not to figure everything out. Just relax your brain. Let your brain calm down. Okay. It's like you're in wartime right now. Get out of the war. It takes time. It takes different time for all of us, but you will. I promise. I know it seems like you won't, but you will.
You will. Absolutely, Jenny. Shannon says, thanks, Nova and David. I've been no contact for a year, still recovering. Good for you, Shannon. Just keep going and talk about it, and keep having your experiences validated and engaging in that self-care. Sharon Dibble's here. Hi, Sharon. Okay, who else have we got? We've got Lynette Gibbs. Hi, Lynette. Lynette Gibbs says, yes, I got told that I was worse than his ex. Yeah, that's what they do, Lynette. And I'm sure, that they love comparing, that comparative thing. It gets one person to be jealous or angry, and it gets you to try and please, the narcissist. So, and they're always, of course, always shifting the goalpost, so you never can please them. So yeah, it's just so common.
Yeah, that black and white thinking is why they go back to you in the first place. You're bad. Oh, now you're good. Oh, you're bad. You're good.
Yeah. Mel says his mother was just as bad as him. There was always 3 in my marriage. Yeah, goodness. You had a narcissistic mother-in-law too, Mel. Yeah. We actually talked about this. Was it the last live stream, David? We talked about narcissistic parents and that exact scenario, didn't we? When the narcissistic mother-in-law will you had his property, sorry, her property. Her son is his property, and here you are potentially changing him and taking away her source of supply, Mal. So yeah, that they will try and split you up. They will try and pit you against each other. And it's an awful situation to be in.
You won't take my boy from me, right? No, he's my boy. Yep. He's mine. I'll be his mother forever, not you.
Yeah, and you don't feed a baby like that, and what are you doing with those kids? You're not raising those kids right. You don't make their lunch right. And my son likes to have his undies folded like this, and my son likes to have a roast every Sunday night for dinner, and my son likes this and that, and you're just not good enough for him. And of course, she's probably saying this into his ear as well. And yeah, you're just trying to get your husband to be on your side, and he's got his narcissistic mother who, a child of a toxic parent will no doubt be trauma bonded and very easily manipulated by his mother. Gosh.
Nothing like a grown man having a histrionic, helicoptering mother-in-law, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to tell him, you have to tell him goodbye. If these people can't tell their mothers to stay out of a relationship, then you tell him goodbye.
Yeah, there's like you said, there's three in your marriage. Well, as you know, Mel, that there can only be two. Yeah, and
He's
if your
allowing this.
husband,
He's allowing this. He needs to get help.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, he should be defending you. And the narcissistic mother should not be, butting in and trying to cause drama. But that's why she's doing it, because she's, being older too. We know that narcissists, as they get older, they get meaner and nastier, and more bitter. They're not surrounded by people that are wanting to go to bed with them, things like that anymore. So they really, really rely on their adult children for, to meet, to give them narcissistic supply. So, yeah. Okay. Um, Karen Quas says, I wasn't allowed to have privacy. When I went to the toilet or shower, the door must stay open. Oh my goodness, that's just the ultimate, isn't it, David? Gosh,
Yeah, geez.
that's creepy. Yeah.
I'm always
Mm,
interested in the reasons they give.
yeah.
What are some of the
Yeah.
reasons? You're
What, what,
cheating
what,
on
what,
him, like in the bathroom with on your phone or something?
yeah. I'd love to know the reason behind that, Karen, because that's just
Because
very
if they
weird.
give a reason, it's got to be they're trying to apply some kind of logic to something so illogical. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mal Lloyd says, thanks, guys. No worries. Mal, our pleasure. Um, Lynette says, also, I got told if I didn't get upset, he would still be here. He doesn't take any responsibility. I still love him. Aren't I silly? Yeah, it's just pure projection, Lynette, blame shifting. It's all your fault. If you didn't react to my abuse, I'd still be with you. It's your fault. Yeah.
I've heard numerous borderlines say that you're supposed to learn how to react to a borderline. People just don't understand how to react to them.
Yeah.
Partly true, but not our responsibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And you still love him. Yeah, I really suggest getting some therapy, some help, Lynette, because that is just the trauma bonding speaking. You you feel incredibly. It's incredibly difficult to break away from these relationships in the beginning, and you think it is love, but really it's an addiction. A chemical addiction. Your chemicals in your body change, and it's a psychological addiction through the roller coaster of emotions that you are on with that push pull that the narcissist has been doing. That has you addicted to that person, and unfortunately, victims mistake this intensity for passion because it is so intense. But this intensity is toxicity. It's not love.
Well, how many people have you seen? We all have seen some addict, or we've even been addicted to something, and that addiction comes first. It comes before you or anybody else. I know you don't like this and you don't want this, but you're also fighting for it. You're fighting for this addiction to keep it. And I'm telling you right now, it's not like an addiction. Your brain looks just like a drug addict's right now. Emotional abuse, you look like a drug addict. Your brain does. It's reacting, responding just like a drug addict does. You're not even thinking clearly. Get away from
Yeah,
this person. Like Nova said, get some support, get some help, get some professional help. They'll help clear this up right away and help you start thinking a little more clearly. Okay?
yeah,
You don't love this
absolutely.
person.
No, you can't love someone who abuses you, Lynette. You're addicted to this person, and it feels like love because it's so painful to break away. But the reason it's painful is because of those reasons that David just explained. Because it's like withdrawing from a drug. because of what has happened to your body. Yeah.
Yeah, those golden periods is making your hormones go back up, and then it goes back down, and that shrinking and swelling to your brain is causing a ton of damage. Okay, you got to stop it.
You've got it like a drug addict. Lynette, you've got to go cold turkey, and that's what no contact is all about. Going cold turkey. You know, and this can be even harder than breaking away from a drug, I've been told, because, you know, at least with some drugs, I guess you can be weaned off them. You know, I don't know what they use to wean them off them, but you can kind of come off it slowly off certain drugs. You can't do that with a narcissist. You have to go cold turkey, and that's why it's just so hard.
And you're afraid. That's what this is. It's fear. You don't have the confidence to do this right now. I understand that, but you have to. You've got to find it in you somewhere.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Who else have we got here tonight? Whoops, just lost someone. Karen Chandler's here. Hi, Karen. Karen says, my ex-narc groomed his daughter, my stepdaughter. It was disgusting to watch, almost like a pedophile grooming a child. Yeah, they have no boundaries. It doesn't matter, does it, David? If it's your child, they will be manipulated.
And you're not dealing with he's not a parent. He's like a peer. He's an emotional peer. He's an emotional child. You know, the whole I'll be friends with my children type thing, and we don't do that. A mother and a father is not friends with a child. No, it's a mother and a father, and that's what that child needs. Child needs friends. The child will get friends as long as it has a mother and a father. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and
it's probably a form of parentification. I'm sure that parent has turned that child around, and instead of being attentive to the child's needs, the child is attentive to their needs.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, the reason, another reason they do this, Karen, is the same reason they isolate, you know, their intimate partners. What they're doing is, you know, by, you know, being their friend, and probably they're putting down the actual peer group they do have and slowly isolating them from everyone. That's keeping them, you know, to the narcissistic parent so that they can be manipulated further. And the narcissistic parent has got them there at all times. They don't want them to have too many friends or good friends. So that grooming is keeping that child there and setting them up for just a terrible future, because that child will be trauma bonded to that parent, will be a people pleaser, you know, going into adult relationships. They'll not think that they're worthy of unconditional love, which is what parents are supposed to give their children. They will think that love from their parent is, and their worth is conditional upon them pleasing the parent and doing something
Absolutely.
for the parent. So he's not doing the child any favors.
And her perception of what a man is so skewed, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. You know, that the manipulation that goes on, she'll be, you know, she could be submissive, and, you know, and she will grow up thinking that emotional abuse is okay. You know, if I get verbally abused by my husband when I'm older, that's okay because dad did it. You know, so that's okay. So, yeah, terrible, terrible path he's setting his child on, but he doesn't care, and he's doing it to, you know, set up his own future so that he's got that person there to meet his needs forevermore. Yeah. Okay. Who else? We got Mel Rose here. Hi, Mel. I have to go out following for future. I am from the UK group of over 950 mothers trying to get our lives back and still suffering abuse from our narcs through the UK family courts. Oh my goodness, Mel. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, that's amazing, isn't it, David? Wow, all the way from the UK.
Yeah.
David, yeah, David and I here, you know, every Tuesday night, and David's here every second night. So please join in again. And I'm really pleased that you came along tonight. And hopefully you've got a lot out of it. But yeah, um, definitely these support groups, the support you get in these live streams, I think from other victims and survivors, I think is just invaluable. Yeah. So thank you, Mel. Karen says, please answer this. I would ring him several times and he wouldn't answer the phone. But if I didn't answer the phone the first time he rang me, I was in the... David?
Entitlement. I'm entitled to getting what I want when I want it. Don't make me wait. You know, it's all contradictions. What applies to what I'm applying to you never applies to me. You know,
Hypocrisy.
don't do as I'm doing. You know, guys never do this as they're doing it. You know, I can. Rules don't apply to me.
Yeah, you know, and
Yeah.
you you would have experienced this, guys. If you don't, you know, pick up the first time, they'll get things like a question mark, you know, the next second, and then another question mark, and then another question mark, you know, like, well, you know, if I didn't answer the first time, maybe I'm busy. You know, it's all about them.
Yeah. Right. Random
Yeah,
text message and you take 30 seconds to answer. Why?
yeah,
What were you doing? And that's the other thing, right? Paranoid, jealousy, envy. I mean, if you're not calling me back, you're not answering the phone, what are you doing? Because a cheater and a liar will always accuse you of cheating and lying.
yeah.
So,
That's right. That's just pure projection, isn't it? Taking that spotlight, you know, off themselves and throwing it on you. It's just, yeah, makes you go
yeah,
crazy because you know they're the ones that are actually doing it. And you know, if they know they're capable of doing it or they are doing it, then and the way a narcissist thinks is everyone else is doing it or everyone else is capable of doing it. So you know that they think that everyone else is the same as them. That's you know kind of the nature of their personality disorder. And yeah, it's projection.
yeah.
Um, Karen says, so during the healing process, I studied everything I could on narcs and found it so helpful. Yeah, it's imperative to have your experiences validated, Karen. You know, if you know, and this is a lot of problems with when people go to see and thinking they're not, you know, their counsellor is not understanding them because they're not validating what they went through, and that's probably the most important thing besides you know engaging in your self-love and self-care is to know that what you went through is valid. Yeah, and you're not
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, and it really helps with trauma. Trauma, part of trauma is just your brain not understanding what happened, and getting to understand them can help you understand and process what happened a little better. Yeah.
Yeah. Shannon says, David, I know you've made a video about how your narcissist is not happier after you, but how can you be sure? Thank you. I appreciate you both and your messages help daily.
Oh, thank you very much. Well,
Thank you,
this is
Shannon.
why, yeah, this is why we classify people with personality disorders. It's not happy time. People with disorders aren't happy. That's a major problem for them, not just for us. These classifications are for them. Yes, they cause a lot of damage and abuse to us, but it's telling them, it's saying, you know, your life is not functioning properly. They can't function in relationships. And I'm telling you, the most important things in our lives are other people, attachments, relationships. And this, everybody, is the biggest problem with personality disorders. They can't keep relationships. It's a horrible way to live. Okay?
Yeah,
They're not happy. Trust me, you can't have personality disorders, not function in society, not have functional relationships with people, and be happy. We're human beings. That's the way we are.
yeah. That
Yeah.
all you see when you think they're happy is them putting on the show to manipulate someone. Okay, they are constantly on the source of narcissistic supply, you know, and like David said, you know, crikey, I mean, how can you love, how can you how can you love someone else if you are so filled, you know, that true self on the inside, they're just filled with loathing for themselves. So how can you love someone else if you can't stand yourself? You know, it's all a big act. They're on stage every time you see them.
Yeah, and it's just a real lack of self-awareness. It's a real victim mentality. Nothing's wrong with me, therefore I will never fix it. I will never change it. Nothing to fix or change. Trust me, they're not happy. You can't be happy and
Mm.
not have, not be emotionally developed, not have proper social skills and be able to take responsibility and accountability in relationships. If you can't have these kinds of things in your life, this is what makes us happy. This is what makes
Yeah,
us happy. You guys,
yeah,
people. We need people.
well said. We've got Danny Elise. Hi, Danny. And we've got Claire Bear. Hi, Claire. Claire says, I'm no contact and I have been for some time, but I'm scared because I don't know whether someone is following me or what he will do next. Oh, my goodness. A restraining order, Claire, a document, you know, document everything. And, you know, as David says all the time, document how you feel, you know, document your feelings around that. And don't, you know, you've been taught to, you've had your reality distorted for so long and you've been taught to ignore your gut instincts. So if you feel this, then act upon those instincts and go and talk to the police and just document, write everything down. Yeah, it's a scary place to be. You know, you don't want to be walking around looking over your shoulders all the time.
Yeah, maybe get a lawyer. Lawyers sometimes can help with problems like this, help you feel better about stuff. If you have money, you can get a private investigator. They can
Yeah,
get spending.
yeah,
But
um,
I think an important thing to do though is really evaluate the danger. You know, what is it? Are you sure? Is this legitimate? Has this person ever hurt you or anyone else before? Or okay, they have hurt people before. Are they afraid of the law? They, you know, get the law involved. Really dive into fears, guys. Don't ignore them. Dive into them and ask yourself, what can I do about this? What can I not do about this? What can I control? What am I powerful over and powerless? You know, it helps us feel better. Don't ignore this stuff. Deal with it,
yeah,
please.
absolutely. We've got Camelia there. Hi, Camelia. And we've got Stephanie Alicia. Stephanie says, hi, David. Okay, and we've got Fatima here. Fatima says, can two narcs be in a romantic relationship? Yeah, that's a common question, isn't it, David? What do you say to that?
Yeah, of course they can be, but it doesn't work out very well. They're both looking for the same thing.
Doesn't last too long. Yeah. Um, the,
One in a relationship won't last. Two in a relationship's not going to last. And I'm not saying there's not two narcissists that marry each other and stay married till death do us part. I know it happens, but what kind of a marriage is that? A business deal? A marriage without a conscience? Two,
yeah,
two, two corporations uniting?
yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, as we know, and NPD is all about self entitlement, you know, and everything revolves around me and you meeting my needs. So, how can they have all their needs met if the other person needs to have all their needs met, you know, and have the world revolve around them? So, it, it, it doesn't work out in a relationship like you and I would know it, but can they stay together? They probably can if they've got some sort of arrangement. I guess so, yeah, but not in a romantic loving relationship. No.
No, no, it's a merger. That's it.
Measure. Yeah, that's right. Um, who else have we got here? We've got, just trying to see if there's anyone new. Gemma says, hi Gemma. I met a narc couple. I met a narc couple of weeks ago. He found me on Insta, added me on social media, and constantly messaged me. He milked the fact that we're in the same cycling club. He's played the victim in so many situations. That's all I can see, Gemma. Yeah, look, here we go with that social media thing again. Just be so careful. They can be whoever they want to, Gemma. They can manipulate you. They can be whoever they want. And yeah, why wouldn't he use the fact that that's something in common? He's mirroring you. He's going, wow, we've got this in common. You know, getting you to that potentially to that soulmate status because you've got so much in common. So yeah, just be careful. Any relationships that that happen because of someone's added them on social media, just be careful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why meeting people through other people is so much better than social media. At least if I met Nova through a mutual friend, it's better. It's like that mutual friend kind of vouches for both of us.
Yeah. Yeah. So be careful, Gemma. Okay, Helen Grace is here. Hi, Helen. Helen says, how long is the phase of idealization? They seem to be too good to be true. Then it's so confusing when they suddenly start to pull the rug. Yeah. Look, David gave a bit of a time frame before, around 6 months, but that can change. It's whenever they know you're hooked, and they will sense that when they know you're hooked, hook, line, and sinker. That's when it will start to change because they don't have to try as hard anymore, and they can start to be who they really are. That true self, which is that evil, toxic person.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you know it's happening when they start devaluing you and criticizing you and being gone longer.
Yeah, so I hope that's helped. Okay, we might just answer a couple more, guys, because I wanted to go through the rest, or just a couple of other triangulation strategies before we go tonight. I'm going to ask again, please like and share to help us raise awareness around narcissistic abuse. The more shares we have, the more people see this, and the more we get it out there that this needs to be addressed and there needs to be more help. Okay, so who else have we got? We've got Shirley and Pio is here. How do you heal when you can't have no contact due to children? He uses our children to get back at me. David?
Have a lawyer, have a therapist or life coach, somebody there for you to be in your corner and know your legal rights and come up with agreements with your lawyers and only communicate via email. You don't need to talk on the phone. You don't need to answer his phone calls all the time. You don't need to be texting him all the time. And you don't need to be talking about bills, who you're dating, friends, your family problems, just the children.
Yeah, and if you're having to, this someone said this to me the other day. Oh, a couple of people have actually said it to me how they have to go to a contact place, for drop-offs and pickups. Well, that has to change. You can't be doing that because number one, they're going to manipulate you. They're going to be late, or they're not going to show up. And number two, they get to have that face-to-face contact with you to abuse you some more.
That's right. School is a beautiful pickup drop-off spot. I take him, I had him, my time with the children is done today, this morning. I'm taking them to school and you're picking them up for your time.
Yeah. Or if they're really little, David, daycare. Even look, you've got to think of your emotional health. So
get
even if you
grandparents to help out. Get grandparents to help out. Come on.
Yeah. You can't be having contact with your abuser. You need to break that contact, or you're not going to be able to heal. Yeah. Hope that's helpful.
Yeah, manipulator if you're emailing, he wants to text, and then he wants to phone call, then he wants to meet in person. You've got to limit this stuff. Be in control of it. Don't let them be. I know you have to
Yeah.
be in communication, but it doesn't mean you have to go out to dinner 4 nights a week, 3 nights a week, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, just a couple more. Guys, I'd just like to say that it's sometimes it's just impossible to answer all your questions. So this will be on David's timeline on Jamar's coaching, and it will also be on Brighter Outlook Counselling Services timeline. So just you can still talk to each other. Comment your questions below, and I'll try and get back to as many as possible. If I don't, I apologise in advance, but there'll be another live stream on next week. So yeah, just want to apologise if I don't get round to answering, or myself and David don't get round to answering everyone's. We've got Janine Carger here. Hi, Janine. Janine says, how do I go about finding the strong, full of life, fun and adventure woman that I was? It's been a long time since I closed down to protect her from being damaged. Yeah, and that's what we do, Janine. We close off from the world. We develop all these coping mechanisms that kept us safe. We had to survive in a war zone. We had to survive in a trauma zone. So we developed all these coping mechanisms that are actually they're protective at the time, but when we come out of the war zone, those coping mechanisms that we were using to keep us safe are now negative coping mechanisms, and they keep us isolated from the world and isolated from supports. That's why we have to relearn, retrain our thinking, and get help and talk about it. Yeah, so
Yeah, and then
it will
here's the impact. Yeah, here's the impact of negativity for too long. So let's get positive in your life. People, environment, food, everything, positive. Tell yourself positive things.
Yeah. Okay, we've got Colleen's here. Hi, Colleen. Colleen says because they know what they do. Colleen says because they know what they do in the bathroom on their own. I think it's just responding to having the door open. Yeah, I can only imagine, Colleen. I don't
Yeah,
think
you're
they'll.
right. That's probably where they take the phone in there and get on Facebook and yeah.
Yep.
So they think you're doing it. I'm serious. You guys, when you're being accused of lying all the time, you know that they're a liar. How many of you, I just don't, I just don't ever, my first guess or intuition with anybody telling me something, I don't think they're lying. And I don't think people are stealing from me. I'm not worried about people stealing from me ever because I don't lie and steal, but people that do worry about these things all the time. You're getting
Yeah.
accused of it. That finger is pointing back at them.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
100% true. Yeah. We've got Kathy there. Hi, Kathy. Okay. Just see if there's anyone new. Jody's here. Hi, Jody. Says, hey, Nova and David just arrived. And I'm just seeing if there's anyone new. No, I think that's it. And once again, apologies, guys, if I for those of you that we've missed. Okay, so just to finish on tonight, I thought we'd just get back to a couple more triangulation strategies, David. So we talked about the killing two birds with one stone. Another one I came up with is the recruiting reinforcements. So they'll, I think we've kind of already touched on it already, but they'll manipulate a third party, and bring someone else into it, whether that person knows about it or not. They might be oblivious, to support their version of events. So they might say something like, your best friend, I've been talking to her and she agrees with me. She thinks that you need to go and talk to someone and that you need help because you've got mental health issues. So, what does this do? It pits you against your friend. And you might say something back to him like, you've been talking to my best friend about my mental health and about our relationship. How dare you? And, it sets up, the narc as the messenger, makes you think that, they've got this wonderful relationship going on behind your back. And yeah, just another great way to triangulate.
Awful. awful gaslighting, awful manipulation, awful to get inside that person's head and use other people to get in their
Yeah.
head, right? And make self-doubt. That's horrible.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
good one though. And I got one.
Yep.
If you look up the definition of this, it's saying where one person will not communicate directly with another person, instead using a third person. So it's just
Yep.
they can't, I'm telling you, they can't handle the kind of responsibility it takes to have a relationship. So there's no communication. It's
Yep.
threatenings, it's accusation, and it's silent treatment, discard, abandon, right? So here's a perfect one. Smear campaigns. Smear campaigns are triangulations. You have to have other
Yep.
people to sit there and smear you to, and they'll do it during a relationship, like Nova just said. They go and contact your family and your friends. I mean, I know they can never even have met your family yet. And then let's
Yep.
say the relationship is over. So it's over. Now they're contacting your family, saying all kinds of bad things about you, your friends, and stuff like this. Your
Yeah.
current girlfriend or boyfriend, right? Total
Mhm.
triangulation. And
Absolutely.
yeah,
And they come across a lot of the time, David, they'll come across as being, caring and coming from a place of, compassion.
concern.
I spoke to someone a few weeks ago, and their narcissist, they were going through an awful time in the breakup, and they were, they were just so anxious. They had post traumatic stress disorder, and their narcissist. So this is a case of, I guess, the narcissist triangulating with authorities. They brought the authorities in and police and things like that. And they went to the police and they said, look, I'm so concerned, about my partner or my ex-partner. I'm really worried that, he might hurt himself. So maybe you should just go around there and check on him. So what does this do besides, take up the valuable resources of our police? But it gets, the police rock up on the doorstep, and it's out there for the world. There'll be a report written up that you're potentially suicidal. And he was sitting there going, what the? I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm fine, thank you. But
Ah,
it's just despicable. But this goes on all the time, and they come across as being this caring person.
and I'll tell you, in every country, and women too, don't get me wrong, but in every country, there is a ton of men in jails and prisons for beating up or attacking or assaulting their girlfriends or wives, and they didn't lay a hand on them. There's false accusations. They get the police involved. This is very common. Very common.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yep.
despicable. Yeah. Um, so yes, splitting, where pitting people against each other. I guess we've kind of gone over that. Smearing one person behind their back, and then acting as a go-between. So you might. This happens a lot at work, and in friendship groups, with your friends,
Yeah.
girlfriends. You might say something like, "She's been going and saying these things about you," or "I think that person's doing a much better job than you at work," and that gets your back up, and then
Yeah.
you start to have bad feelings towards that person, and it makes you the go-between. The narcissist is then
Oh
the
man.
go-between.
Yeah, totally. Social groups, coworkers, you're going to deal with that all the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, they force you to make an opinion and pretty much take your opinion, take their opinion or the other party's opinion. Force it. Come on,
yeah.
choose. Yeah.
And if you think about it, normal people, normal non-disordered people hate being put in the middle, don't we?
Yeah.
We're just like, oh no, leave me out of it. I don't want to be involved in that. But a narcissist craves it because it gives
Yeah.
them attention and it bolsters their ego.
And they'll use that fact that they don't want to deal with this. I don't like this. This is uncomfortable. Well, then hurry up and just choose. Take my side. Hate
Yeah.
this other person. Yeah. Believe what I
Mm.
said. Yeah.
Yeah. The last one I came up with, David, was the pre-discard and dump. So, they've decided to get rid of you. And instead of talking to you about it, they go and talk to their friends about how the relationship's just not working. And, you know, they've done everything they can, but, you know, there's just something not right with you. You need to go and get some help. So, yeah, they're talking to everyone else about your relationship problems. You don't even know there's a problem. And they're telling everyone that they're the victim and you're the abuser. So, you know, once again, that leads into the smear campaign, because when they do dump you, which this is all, you know, preceding, they've got it out there that, you know, I tried, you know, I tried my best, you know, and then people don't react when they get into another relationship because they feel sorry for them.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, just walking out discard, or let's just say silent treatment, and going around and telling everyone that it's over. We broke up, and they never told you, right? That's
Yeah.
how they break up with you. Yeah.
Yeah, finding out by proxy. Yeah,
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. Well, we might leave it there, David. Yeah, triangulation. It's just such a huge topic. We could go on with it for hours, couldn't we? And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just it's one of the things that a narcissist will do to you guys to make you feel to make them feel worthy and to get them up on a pedestal and to make you feel about as useful as an inflatable dartboard, you know, which is pretty useless, you know. So
And,
they want you to feel like you're nothing, okay,
and
and
they
that they're
can't
special. And
communicate.
that's what
They
triangulation is about.
can't communicate. Yeah, and they can't communicate. They can't. Stop dating children. You can't date kids and try to expect them to communicate. That's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, we might leave it there. Thank you very much, as always, for joining us, David.
Thank
Everyone,
you.
please, my pleasure. David's here every second week, everyone, with his invaluable knowledge around personality disorders. Please follow his YouTube channel called Damar's Coaching. He talks to people all over the world, don't you, David? And has well over 15,000 subscribers. That's how good it is. So, and please also subscribe to Brighter Outlook Counselling Service. Just hit that subscribe button and you'll find lots more videos to come from both of us. Yeah, so on that note, thank you, David, and I will talk to you very soon.
Thank you very much for having me on again. And thank you, all of you, for tuning in and supporting us. And my viewers, please go support Nova at Brighter Outlook Counseling Service on Facebook and her new YouTube channel. It's brand new. You guys got to help out. I'll put the links down below in the description box. But you guys, really, we need support for this stuff. Okay?
Yeah,
If you like, you subscribe and you share, put it in playlists. Anything you can do. This activity helps get bigger because we're doing this to get people to see it, you know, not just to help
yeah,
the people that find it. We're trying to get new people to see it. Okay. So help out. Thank you
yeah.
guys very much. Thanks for having me on again. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you.
David, just thank you, David, so much. Just before you go, I just remembered I was contacted by Mel from Tanza, TANSR. Now that stands for, oh gosh, Mel, I can't remember what the T stands for, but the Australian Narcissistic Survivor Recovery Group. So it's TANSRG. So please, guys, go and this is a public support group as well as a private support group. Mel, can you just put what the actual group is called? Because I can't remember what the T stands for. I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's an Australian Narcissistic Survivors Recovery Group, which you'll be able to find so many other people to talk to and share your stories in. So thank you so much, Mel, for sharing that. So yeah, on that note, David, thank you, and I will talk to you very soon, and I'll see you here on the live stream in a couple of weeks.
Great. Great. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, David. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, David. As always, love having David here, such a wealth of knowledge. So I'm just going to see if Mel has, but it's TANSR. So I'm sure Mel will put it in the comments, guys. So make sure you go there, and there's some more support in Australia. Now, don't forget, everyone, that this live stream, here we go. Mel has just said I'm so sorry for forgetting, Mel, the Australian Narcissistic Support and Recovery Group on Facebook. There you go. That there's a closed group and there's also a public group. So you'll be able to talk to so many people and get that support that you need. Yeah. And also, please don't forget, everyone, to like and share. So we can raise awareness. And also, if you would like to have a one-on-one counselling session with myself, I would dearly love to be able to support you in your healing. Yes, I am based with Brighter Outlook in Brisbane, but I counsel people via Skype or telephone, if that's what you prefer, all over the world. I Skype people in the UK, in the US, New Zealand, all over the world. It's just a matter of working out the time zone. So if you would like to have a one-on-one with me, please just inbox me here at Brighter Outlook, and I would love to be able to support you. I think it's really important to get someone who gets it. I'm talking about, a therapist, I would love to be that support for you. So please just send me an inbox here at Brighter Outlook, and hopefully I will see you soon. I know many of you have come to see me, and that's just been absolutely amazing. So yeah, please just inbox me here at Brighter Outlook. On that note, everyone, I would like to say goodbye. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always, and I will see you here next week. David is always here every second week, so I look forward, as always, to seeing David here in 2 weeks. And please do yourself a favour and go and like his YouTube channel, Damar's Coaching, it's called. I forgot to congratulate David. Congratulations, David, if you're watching. Damar's Coaching, or David Damar's, actually made the top 50. I think he was, don't quote me, number 16 or something, for the top 50 blogs in narcissistic abuse recovery in the world. So that's huge. That is, and that's indicative of the time and the effort and the compassion that David has for victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. So thank you, David. You do an amazing job, and it's a real honor to have you here on these live streams. So on that note, yeah, just contact me if you'd like to have a one-on-one, guys. Would love to see you here at Brighter Outlook, and I will see you all next Tuesday night. Don't forget to tell everyone and share. See you all next Tuesday night, guys. Remember your worth, as always, and then add tax. Bye, everyone.